The idea that the Anunnaki might have had a global influence isn't a novel concept, but exploring its potential breadth and depth is an enthralling journey. As we traverse ancient civilizations and their achievements, it's hard to ignore certain patterns and parallels that seemingly hint at a unifying factor. Could it be that this ancient extraterrestrial race, known in Mesopotamian myths as powerful deities, shared their knowledge across vast stretches of land and time? When we observe ancient structures from the ziggurats of Mesopotamia to the pyramids of Egypt, and even the distant step temples of the Mayans, a structural similarity emerges. These colossal structures, often aligned with celestial bodies and events, demand a level of architectural and astronomical expertise that seems ahead of its time. The question then arises, is it mere coincidence or a shared blueprint from a singular advanced source? This theme of advanced knowledge isn't confined to architecture. Ancient cultures from the Sumerians to the Vedic Indians possess scriptures detailing complex astronomical data. They charted the movement of stars, understood the concept of planets, and even hinted at a heliocentric system. Were these independent discoveries? Or was there a teacher, perhaps the Anunnaki, guiding them to these revelations? Mythologies further fuel this speculation. Various cultures describe divine or otherworldly beings who descended from the skies. In South America, the legends talk of gods arriving from the stars and teaching them advanced agricultural methods. Similarly, in Africa, the Dogon tribe's knowledge of the Sirius star system, particularly of the dwarf star invisible to the naked eye, baffles scientists today. Were these mere tales or encoded accounts of actual encounters with beings from beyond our world? Artifacts and symbols also suggest a global link. The ubiquitous dragon, revered from China to Europe while diverse in interpretation, holds common themes of power, divinity, and often association with the sky or cosmos. Were these depictions inspired by the Anunnaki or their technologies, interpreted by our ancestors as magical or divine? While these patterns and similarities across ancient cultures are striking, they also open a Pandora's box of questions. Were our ancestors merely drawing from a shared well of human imagination, coming up with parallel innovations and myths? Or do these patterns suggest that an external, perhaps extraterrestrial influence, specifically the Anunnaki, bridged these cultures and eras, sowing seeds of knowledge that blossomed into the marvels we study and admire today? The Indus Valley, nestled between modern-day Pakistan and India, was home to one of the most enigmatic ancient civilizations. Flourishing around 1300–1300 BCE, the Indus Valley Civilization, or Harappan Civilization, named after Harappa, one of its primary cities, showcased a level of urban sophistication and organization that rivals its contemporaries in Egypt and Mesopotamia. Astonishingly, within the ruins of the Indus Valley, archaeologists have unearthed symbols and artifacts that bear uncanny resemblances to the Anunnaki iconography of ancient Sumer. While it's crucial to approach such comparisons with caution, the potential implications of these findings are hard to ignore. City layouts of the major Indus centers, such as Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, display meticulous planning. Wide, straight streets form a grid pattern, with advanced sewage and drainage systems unseen in other parts of the ancient world. At the heart of Mohenjo-Daro stands the Great Bath, a central public structure possibly used for ceremonial purposes. Surrounding it are symbols etched into stone and metal, symbols resembling the winged sun disk, a staple of Anunnaki representation. Moreover, countless small soapstone seals have been found throughout the Indus Valley sites. These seals, mostly square or rectangular, depict various animals, figures, and symbols. Among these symbols, certain motifs echo the iconography associated with the Anunnaki, most notably figures standing or seated in postures reminiscent of deities found in Sumerian depictions. While the written script of the Indus Valley remains undeciphered, these symbols offer tantalizing hints. Many researchers have posited a potential cultural or spiritual link between the Harappans and the Sumerians. It's conceivable that they might have shared, borrowed, or even inherited certain aspects of spirituality and mythology, possibly centered around the mysterious Anunnaki. One of the most striking pieces of evidence is a depiction found on a seal where a figure, seated in a yogic posture and surrounded by animals, bears a headpiece strikingly similar to those worn by Sumerian deities. This figure, often called the Pashupati seal, has led many to speculate about a deity or figure that may have been revered in both cultures. Trade is another avenue that might have facilitated this cultural exchange. The Indus Valley people were known traders, their goods reaching far-off lands, including Sumer. It's entirely possible that during these exchanges, more than just commodities were shared. Stories, myths, and religious beliefs could have traveled alongside material goods. While definitive conclusions remain elusive, the parallels between the two civilizations provide a tantalizing puzzle. Did the Indus Valley inhabitants have their own interpretation or version of the Anunnaki? Or are these similarities mere coincidences born from the universal human penchant for creating myths? The sands of time continue to obscure these secrets, but the pursuit of answers persists, reminding us of the interconnected tapestry of ancient human civilizations. The connection between the Anunnaki and ancient Egypt is a topic of fervent debate, exploration, and wonder. While Mesopotamia is often cited as the primary region of influence for the Anunnaki according to various theories, their reach possibly extended far beyond, touching the banks of the Nile and influencing the dynasties that rose there. At the heart of ancient Egypt was its pantheon of gods and goddesses, revered and depicted in magnificent temples, hieroglyphs, and papyrus scrolls. Names like Osiris, Isis, Ra, and Anubis are well known. But some researchers suggest that these deities could share a lineage or be synonymous with the Anunnaki. One of the compelling arguments stems from the intricate and advanced architectural feats of the Egyptians. The pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza, remain a marvel. Their precise alignments with celestial bodies, intricate internal chambers, and sheer grandiosity are sometimes cited as being beyond the capabilities of ancient man without some external guidance. Could it be that the Anunnaki, with their advanced knowledge, had a hand in this? Then there are the similarities in stories and legends. Just as the Anunnaki were believed to have imparted vast knowledge in Mesopotamia, so too were the gods of Egypt considered the source of wisdom, medicine, astronomy, and more. The Book of the Dead, a guide to the afterlife for ancient Egyptians, contains spells and instructions that resonate with tales from Sumerian texts. Themes of life, death, resurrection, and the stars repeatedly appear in both cultures. However, it's the similarities between the physical depictions of the gods where things become even more intriguing. Both Sumerian and Egyptian art represent their deities as larger than life, often possessing unique crowns or headdresses and holding staffs or scepters of power. Some speculate that these could be more than just symbols, but might represent some form of advanced technology or device. Moreover, the idea of kingship, granted from the heavens, is a common thread. Pharaohs were seen not just as rulers but as gods in human form, a direct bridge between the mortal realm and the divine. This concept aligns with the Sumerian belief of kingship being bestowed by the Anunnaki. However, with these points made, it's essential to tread with caution. Correlation does not necessarily imply causation. While there are parallels, there are also vast differences in the beliefs, practices, and histories of the Sumerian and Egyptian civilizations. Many scholars believe that these similarities might be coincidental or stem from the shared human experience rather than direct influence. Situated between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers in what's modern-day Iraq, the Sumerians established one of the world's first urban civilizations. Their impact on the course of human history is profound, laying the groundwork for many facets of modern society. In the annals of ancient history, Sumer is often referred to as the cradle of civilization. By 4000 BCE, the Sumerians had already developed systems of writing, advanced architecture, and complex religious beliefs. Their society was a collection of city-states, each governed by its king and protected by its patron god or goddess. Some of the most famous city-states include Ur, Uruk, and Eridu. One of the Sumerians' most celebrated achievements is their system of writing called cuneiform. Etched onto clay tablets, cuneiform symbols allowed them to maintain records, draft laws, and create poetic works of literature. Among these, the Epic of Gilgamesh stands out, an epic poem that predates even Homer's works and delves deep into themes of friendship, ambition, and the human quest for immortality. Religion was central to Sumerian life. They believed in a pantheon of gods and goddesses who controlled every aspect of their world, from the movements of the stars to the fertility of the soil. Temples known as ziggurats towered over their cities. These were not just places of worship, but centers of economic and administrative activity. Economically, the Sumerians were pioneers in trade and agriculture. Their land, often termed the Fertile Crescent, was immensely fruitful, allowing them to cultivate a range of crops. Yet what truly propelled their economy was their ingenuity. The Sumerians were among the first to use the wheel, not for transportation initially, but for pottery. They also devised systems of weights and measures, facilitating trade within and beyond their borders. But life in Sumer wasn't always peaceful. Conflicts often arose between city-states vying for resources, leading to the establishment of fortified walls and the rise of warrior kings. The ebb and flow of power, as one city rose while another declined, became a hallmark of Sumerian politics. Over time, as with all ancient civilizations, the Sumerians faced decline. They were absorbed or conquered by subsequent empires, including the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. However, the imprint they left is undeniable. Their innovations in governance, writing, religion, and technology set the stage for successive civilizations and in many ways shaped the trajectory of human progress. Zecharia Sitchin, a controversial and influential figure in the realm of ancient astronaut theories, left behind a legacy that continues to captivate and challenge scholars and enthusiasts alike. His interpretations of ancient Sumerian texts and their potential links to extraterrestrial beings, particularly the Anunnaki, have fueled debates and discussions across the world. Born in Azerbaijan and raised in Palestine, Sitchin's multilingual skills played a pivotal role in his explorations. Fluent in modern and ancient languages, he meticulously deciphered ancient cuneiform texts, the wedge-shaped script used by the Sumerians. Through this deep dive, Sitchin proposed some intriguing and groundbreaking ideas. Central to his theories is the belief that the Anunnaki, a pantheon of deities described in ancient Mesopotamian literature, were not mere myths. Instead, he proposed that they were extraterrestrial beings from a planet named Nibiru, which orbits our Sun every 3,600 years. According to Sitchin, these beings came to Earth seeking gold, a resource they required to save the deteriorating atmosphere of their home planet. Sitchin's interpretation of the texts paints a vivid picture of these visitors. He describes how the Anunnaki, upon arriving on Earth, genetically modified native hominins to create a labor force, resulting in the emergence of modern humans. This audacious claim suggests that our very evolution might have been influenced or even orchestrated by these celestial beings. But Sitchin didn't stop there. He posited that much of human civilization's early advancements, from the birth of agriculture to the establishment of organized societies, were guided by the Anunnaki. They played the role of teachers, imparting knowledge that accelerated human progress at an unprecedented rate. Another fascinating angle Sitchin explored was the potential correlations between the Anunnaki tales and stories from other cultures. He drew parallels between Sumerian accounts and those in ancient scriptures like the Hebrew Bible. The story of the Great Flood, for example, appears both in Sumerian texts and in the biblical account of Noah. Was it mere coincidence or evidence of shared experiences with these celestial beings? Though his theories have been met with skepticism from mainstream archaeologists and linguists, who often argue that his translations are misinterpretations, there's no denying the influence Sitchin has had. His work has spawned a plethora of books, documentaries, and discussions, bridging the gap between ancient legends and the possibility of extraterrestrial encounters. In the end, whether one subscribes to Sitchin's views or dismisses them, his perspective offers an enchanting lens through which to view our ancient past, prompting us to question and explore the boundaries between myth, history, and the vast expanse of the cosmos. Deep within the annals of ancient history, myths, and legends lie hidden truths, cosmic connections, and wisdom far beyond our understanding. Ever heard of the Anunnaki, the Emerald Tablets, or the Book of Enki? Today, we'll embark on an extraordinary journey, diving into ancient Sumerian texts, exploring uncharted territories, and uncovering secrets concealed by time. Prepare to uncover the sophisticated knowledge transmission systems and the mysterious legacy of an advanced ancient civilization. Are you ready? Well, hold on, because it's about to get mythical. The Emerald Tablets are a series of mystical texts that have captivated scholars, alchemists, and spiritual seekers for centuries. Here, we'll explore the many facets of these tablets. The Emerald Tablets are attributed to Thoth, the ancient Egyptian god of wisdom, who is also identified with Hermes Trismegistus in Greek tradition. These tablets are said to hold the secrets of alchemy, astrology, and the very fabric of reality itself. Comprising 13 parts, the Emerald Tablets reveal esoteric teachings that cover the mysteries of existence, the cycles of life, the unity of all things, and the laws of creation. They contain principles that are foundational to Hermeticism, such as above, so below. Within the tablets, there is a focus on the concept of transformation, both spiritually and materially. This includes the idea of transmuting base metals into gold, which is seen as an allegory for personal enlightenment and inner transformation. The teachings within the Emerald Tablets have had a profound impact on Western occultism. They have inspired various mystical traditions, including alchemy, Rosicrucianism, and theosophy. Many famous philosophers, scientists, and alchemists, like Sir Isaac Newton, have studied these texts. Over the centuries, the Emerald Tablets have been translated into various languages, with several different interpretations. These versions often reflect the cultural context and the philosophical beliefs of the translators, leading to diverse and rich readings of the text. While not directly linked, some researchers propose a connection between the wisdom in the Emerald Tablets and the knowledge imparted by the Anunnaki. This theory suggests that the teachings within the tablets may have originated from the same ancient wisdom that the Anunnaki sought to share with humanity. The authenticity and historical accuracy of the Emerald Tablets are subject of debate among scholars and researchers. Some view them as authentic ancient wisdom, while others consider them a later creation. The original text's whereabouts also remain a mystery, adding to the allure and mystique. The Anunnaki, often described in ancient texts and modern interpretations, stand as one of the most enigmatic and influential entities in mythology, particularly in Mesopotamian traditions. The Anunnaki are primarily known from the Sumerian texts, where they were considered a pantheon of deities. They were said to be the children of the sky god Anu and the earth goddess Ki. These deities were credited with various roles in the creation and governance of the earth, and were believed to reside in the heavens, often associated with different celestial bodies. Within the pantheon, the Anunnaki were not uniform in power or function. There was a clear hierarchy, with deities like Enlil, Enki, and Inanna occupying prominent roles. Some were involved in the creation of humanity, while others governed natural phenomena like the wind, water, and fertility. Several myths narrate the direct interactions between the Anunnaki and humans. For instance, the Epic of Gilgamesh describes the hero's encounters with these divine beings. These interactions were not always benevolent. They included both guidance and punishment. Some interpretations of the Anunnaki suggest that they possessed advanced technology and knowledge. This includes the ability to travel between their home planet, often identified as Nibiru, and Earth. Their technology could be responsible for some unexplained ancient artifacts and architectural marvels. The Anunnaki were not just rulers or creators, they were also considered teachers. Their teachings included laws, wisdom, and moral codes that shaped early human civilizations. These laws often served as precursors to later legal systems and ethical philosophies. In modern times, the Anunnaki have been subject to various interpretations and theories, including those linking them to extraterrestrial beings. Authors like Zecharia Sitchin have proposed that the Anunnaki were actually advanced aliens who visited Earth. The legacy of the Anunnaki permeates various cultures and has shaped many religious and philosophical systems. Their influence can be traced in Mesopotamian, Akkadian, Assyrian, and Babylonian cultures. Even today, the concept of the Anunnaki inspires literature, media, and spiritual movements. The Book of Enki is a compelling and intriguing piece of literature that delves into the Sumerian mythos, exploring the life and teachings of one of the key figures in the Anunnaki pantheon, Enki. Let's break down some of the essential aspects of this remarkable text. Enki, also known as Ea in Akkadian mythology, is one of the principal deities of the Sumerian pantheon. He's the god of wisdom, magic, water, and creation, playing a vital role in shaping humanity and the earth. The Book of Enki provides unique insights into his character, philosophy, and actions. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Book of Enki is its account of the creation of humans. According to this text, Enki played a central role in forming humans from clay, infusing them with divine essence. This act wasn't merely about physical creation, but also imparting wisdom and consciousness. The book details Enki's complex relationships with other deities, including his rivalry with his brother Enlil and his role in mediating disputes among the gods. These interactions highlight the dynamics and politics within the Anunnaki pantheon. The Book of Enki is not just a narrative, but also a repository of wisdom. Enki's teachings encompass various fields such as science, astronomy, law, and ethics. His wisdom was considered a guiding light for rulers and scholars alike. Modern readings of the Book of Enki often explore its allegorical elements. Some researchers and authors view Enki's actions as symbolic representations of human evolution, consciousness, and the journey towards enlightenment. Others have drawn parallels between the Book of Enki and other creation myths from different cultures. The authenticity and interpretation of the Book of Enki have been subjects of debate among scholars. While some view it as a genuine ancient text, others argue that it's a modern interpretation or even fabrication. The book's content also fuels discussions about the possible extraterrestrial origin of the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki and other ancient civilizations were said to have created hidden repositories of wisdom across the world. These repositories were meant to safeguard essential knowledge and were constructed to endure the ravages of time. Some argue that these could include the Emerald Tablets and other ancient texts. One such repository is the legendary Hall of Records, rumored to be located beneath the Sphinx's paws in Egypt. This mythical library is thought to contain the wisdom of the ages, including information about human history, the cosmos, and the universal laws of creation. Some believe that the Anunnaki had a hand in crafting these chambers and storing knowledge within them. Throughout history, various sects and societies have assumed the role of guardians and keepers of this ancient knowledge. They were tasked with preserving, interpreting, and transmitting these teachings through generations. This included a network of priests, mystics, and scholars working in unison to protect this sacred wisdom. The knowledge contained in ancient texts like the Emerald Tablets and the teachings of the Anunnaki has seeped into various aspects of modern intellectual and spiritual thought. Philosophers, scientists, and spiritual leaders have drawn from these reservoirs of wisdom to shape their theories, practices, and beliefs. Various secret societies, such as the Freemasons and the Rosicrucians, have been linked to the preservation and dissemination of this ancient wisdom. These groups often draw upon the symbolism and teachings found in these ancient texts, weaving them into their own rituals, beliefs, and practices. Efforts to uncover these hidden repositories continue today, with archaeologists, historians, and researchers seeking to find physical evidence of these ancient libraries and texts. These efforts are often met with controversy, intrigue, and sometimes resistance from various authorities. Besides the physical repositories, the ancient wisdom has also been transmitted through spiritual and mystical means. Various traditions such as Kabbalah and Sufism have carried forth these teachings through mystical experiences, meditative practices, and spiritual initiations. The transmission of knowledge from ancient civilizations like the Anunnaki and the legacy of texts like the Emerald Tablets provides a fascinating glimpse into human history's intellectual and spiritual journey. Whether viewed through a historical, mystical, or metaphorical lens, this continuous thread of wisdom underscores humanity's eternal quest for understanding, connection, and growth. The layers of myth, mystery, and meaning continue to invite exploration and interpretation, linking the past, present, and future in a dance of discovery and enlightenment. And there we have it, a journey across millennia where we've unraveled the intriguing connections between the Anunnaki, the Book of Enki, and the wisdom held within the Emerald Tablets. From cosmic alignments to hidden repositories of ancient knowledge, the legacy of these texts and beings echoes through our present-day understanding of science, philosophy, and spirituality. Perhaps we're still only scratching the surface of what's yet to be discovered, but as always, the thirst for knowledge never ends. So keep exploring, keep questioning, and remember the journey of curiosity is an unending one. And as always, thanks for watching.